What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Redemption with Jaden. We're back finally with some more Lackey Grand Prix gameplay. We've got Lackey Grand Prix number 18 going on now, and this is going to be the round 1 game with that, and that will be against Mr. Mitch Stewart. He and I got to see each other and at the Thomas J. Chambers Memorial Tournament, so it was great to see him. We got to play each other in both Type 1 and Booster Draft, so that was fun to be able to catch up and then get to play some games, and then we were right back at it now. Round 1. I think for both of us this was our first game since that tournament, and so it was kind of fun to again get to play each other, get to hang out, and now you guys get to see one of our games here as well. So Mitch, always a fun guy to play with, and always, or like always, I guess, I wanted to bring a fun deck to the game and to round 1. And I'm just gonna lay the groundwork a little bit for this Lackey Grand Prix. I've got some fun decks in store. I mean, for one, you guys can probably already see that this deck has more evil characters than heroes, which usually in the main deck, if I've got something like that cooking, then it's going to be interesting, or there's something going on there, and so hopefully that piques your interest a little bit. And if you do like that, just wait till next week. It's gonna be a little spicy. But the idea here is something that I talked about, or I guess realized, or I don't know, kind of threw out there during the box opening that I did. The second box opening I did. So this was the double box opening video, not the one with John Hendricks. If you haven't seen either of them, you should watch them both. But this was the more recent box opening video I did, not the live stream at Thomas J. Chambers. So I've done I've opened a lot of boxes of this set. But anyway, this was the double box opening I did live on my channel here. I can link to it, whatever. Anyways, during that, one of the things that I was kind of considering or talking about was, okay, like what evil characters in this set could be fun to convert and attack with, because they have interesting abilities. And this is something that I always think about when a new set comes out, is like, okay, what evil characters can we have a little bit of fun with? And I've even mentioned this on the Discord. The words "if blocking" are one of my least favorite phrases or clauses, I guess, in Redemption. And so I was looking for the characters that don't have that, and then that means that their abilities can generally be used on offense as well. The only one that I really found in this set, but I thought was actually a fairly decent one, was the 5 Kings. You may give your evil Canaanite to opponent's territory to restrict players from playing enhancements with strength 5 or less. You may draw 1. So if you convert the 5 Kings to a hero and attack, then you can trigger this ability to give your evil Canaanite to an opponent, and to your opponent, and restrict players from playing enhancements with strength 5 or less. And this is actually kind of a better ability in a sense on offense, because there are more enhancements that have strength 6 or greater on offense, or more good enhancements than evil enhancements that have strength 6 or greater, because generally good enhancements will have a maximum added strength and toughness of 7, and evil enhancements will have a maximum at 6. So that's why we have a good amount of 6/0 evil enhancements, like Struck and Scattered is in here, Plot to Kill. There's Goliath's Curse is that way. I didn't include Plot to Kill in this one. It was something that you may have noticed if you're kind of thinking about or using 5 Kings in some of your Canaanite defenses. But I also put Regrets in here. This is a 6 -3 enhancement, kind of strangely, but it does have strength greater than 5. And that's one thing to remember, is that it has to be greater than 5, can't be equal to 5. So there's no Stricken. It's kind of the one that many people want to be able to play. It seems like that would be good with 5 Kings, because it's just good to play in general because of the star ability. But anyways, I'm not really focused on trying to use it on defense. Like I mentioned, I'm trying to use it on offense. And I realized this during the live stream, but I have to say I kind of forgot about it or at that point, like I didn't really come back to it. I forgot to make a note of it, I think, or yeah, I'm pretty sure I forgot to even make note of it. Anyway, I wasn't really thinking about it until, it was maybe a couple weeks ago now that Maxwell Hopebringer is one of the guys in our Minnesota group, sharp guy for sure. He brought that up in the Discord, and I don't know if he was thinking about it from the live stream. It was kind of separated for a while, so he may have just kind of come across it and thought that it was a good plan. Maybe I've taught him that well. I don't know. We'll see. But he was like, hey, would this be a good strategy? You've got 5 kings. If you use something like Holy Grail to convert him to a hero, then you can use enhancements like Amazing Faith, or he didn't specify a brigade at that point, I don't think, but maybe it was thinking gold because 5 kings is a Joshua character, so it would fit right in. I got a hair in my mouth. All right, couldn't deal with that. But you've got Amazing Faith, you've got Battle Cry, and then also By My Spirit, and then Feast of Unleavened Bread is one that, or I guess these two were ones that I had kind of thought of after the fact, or after he had brought it up. And so that his bringing it up on the Discord kind of reminded me. I was like, oh yeah, that was something that I was thinking about doing, and I kind of like the idea. I think it's actually relatively easy to pull off, and so I wanted to put it into a deck, see if it worked. I liked the way that Joshua offenses played, but I was like, oh, it could be even more fun if I can get 5 kings in there. I hadn't done Joshua Canaanites yet, which is a fairly synergistic theme, just because Joshua can take a Joshua card from reserve. Joshua's Covenant can take a Joshua card from deck, so it works for both offense and defense. And there are a number of Joshua cards on in the Canaanite defense that can be used. So Arba, you've got Crafty Gibeonites, 5 kings. Let's see, in the reserve, I had Jabin, Not Among You, Gibeonite Trickery, and I think that might have been it. Yeah. Oh, What Will You Do is also Joshua. So plenty of options for kind of synergy there, I guess. Kind of cards that work on both sides of the coin. I don't know, both sides of the deck, I guess, the offense and the defense. And so there's some good synergy there. I did kind of spread it out a little bit from just a basic Joshua deck. Of course, you got Joshua, Stone Carriers, and Captain, but I also decided that the synergy of working with 5 kings meant branching out, and I guess Canaanites in general meant branching out might have been a little more advantageous. So I included Jael the Shrewd. Get the choose the blocker part. If I'm giving my opponent a bunch of Canaanites, might as well have a choose the blocker hero that can utilize that well. And it's just, extra. You get extra Bible points, I guess, if you if you attack with Jael and choose Sisera. If you're new to the game, Bible points don't exist in the game, but they can exist in your heart, I guess. I don't know. But if you use Jael, you choose Sisera. I didn't include Jael's Nail in here. So sorry, maybe if you want to play this deck, you can play it at 53 and include Jael's Nail. I'm running it at 52, or at least this, the current version is 52. But anyways, then you could get the flavor win there. But I included Jael, and because I wasn't Joshua Unity, I also put Deborah in here because, well, for one, she's a judge, and that means that Victorious Being has another target to go to, and she also can ban to an OT Gold Warrior, which is a little more broad than some of the other banding abilities that you have within the Joshua offense that only ban to Joshua humans, which I guess in most cases is fine, but I kind of wanted extra options for being able to band 5 kings into battle. So I'll show you why that's significant in just a moment here, but that's kind of the breakdown of the offense, then Angel of the Winds and Victorious Being to get to where I wanted. Remember, Captain is no longer considered a prophet for redemption purposes, so ignore that identifier, and Victorious Being doesn't get that benefit added, but again, I want a Victorious Being in here, but so that's why Deborah, or part of why Deborah ended up in there, so that Victorious Being has another target as a single brigade judge and also a prophet, I guess. And then Naaman Servant Girl is one of the 2 ways that I included in here to convert 5 kings. Naaman Servant Girl is probably the easiest and like kind of most ideal, I guess, because for 1, you get soul gen, and 2, it doesn't take up an artifact slot. So the way this works, you put 5 kings down in territory, then you attack with Naaman Servant Girl, convert or capture, and then convert your 5 kings to usually gold, or some cases where maybe red makes sense, I think, in this offense. No, not really. Probably not. But usually gold, maybe green or purple if you have to play Covenant with David. Probably not. But you can, it doesn't necessarily matter because you're not going to be playing enhancements on them, and really you just want to be able to ban to them. But gold is best for Deborah. So probably that. But anyways, then you can add a unique human hero in territory to battle. That could be the 5 kings if you don't have one of your other heroes yet, but usually you want that to be Joshua, who can then ban to 5 kings, or Deborah, who can ban to 5 kings, because if you're restricting enhancements, you generally want to just have bigger numbers, because then your opponent won't be able to just get higher than you. I do have some answers for that with Amazing Faith and By My Spirit, Feast of Unleavened Bread, but not a lot. So I don't necessarily want to rely on that. I want to just be able to push into battle and hopefully just get a freebie, basically. So anyways, Joshua would be great because then I can ban to captain, get some drawing, and then ban to 5 kings because it's a Joshua hero. Also, Deborah works just fine. Deborah can then ban to Joshua or stone carriers or 5 kings. Captain can also ban to Victorious Being, who can then go to Deborah, who can then go to 5 kings. So that's kind of part of why Deborah over some of the other Joshua heroes, because you get the extra exchange potential there and another draw, but also just bigger numbers and the protection of Lost Souls from evil cards. That's something that I guess some of the weaknesses of this deck will be if your opponent has some jump blocks or standalone blocks where they don't need enhancements. So cards like Herod Agrippa I that protects from multiple heroes, or cards like Woman of Thebes who just jump blocks and protects Lost Souls. You want to have answers there. So answering the protection or Lost Soul manipulation cards, I guess, is Deborah. Also, I did have Builder's Spear in here pretty much right shortly before the game. I think the night before we played the game, I switched in Builder's Sword, and I kind of regret it. I'm not going to point fingers, but it was Tyler who pointed this out to me. He said, or he was like, "Hey, you should put Builder's Sword." He said, I was talking to him about the list, and because I've just been talking, whatever, and he mentioned Builder's Sword because I was saying that one thing I didn't like about the deck was that they could just block with the Canaanite that I give them, and then I basically have to keep on giving them my defense in order to get rescues, and I'm worried that I might not have enough defense to block and get the value from 5 kings there. He was like, "Oh, just put Builder's Sword on your 5 kings, and then you can bounce the evil character that you give them right away." And I was like, "Oh, that's brilliant." And then I was going to check this, and I kind of just forgot. And then we just ended up checking during the game because it did come up here where if 5 kings is equipped and you restrict enhancements, you actually can't use the ability on Builder's Sword, even if it's already equipped before battle. If you're restricted from playing enhancements, that includes weapons that are already equipped, and so it basically just does nothing, is the answer that we didn't know at the time. And then eventually, I thought about it during the game, and I was like, "Oh, we should maybe double check that." Turns out it doesn't work. So Builder's Spear, I think, would still be better because I can just put that on a different hero like Joshua, or probably not Joshua, but maybe like Caleb or Joshua's Officiators, and then get the extra layer of protection for Lost Souls. Deborah is good for that, but I think having another weapon would be nice. Of course, the negate and bounce an evil character or bounce an evil character is not bad with Builder's Sword. So like in most cases, Builder's Sword is the better weapon, but just mostly because of the popularity of Woman of Thebes, I think Builder's Spear maybe fits better. So that is, anyway, that's the idea there for dealing with the Lost Soul manipulation. Dealing with the protected characters, that's where cards like By My Spirit and Amazing Faith come in. Battle Cry also can work because I can interrupt their protection and also interrupt their restrict. So if I do Battle Cry and play an enhancement, I could play something like Teaching in Parables to reserve their evil character or something. Now, do note, if you're interrupting the restrict and then putting them in special initiative, then the restrict is still interrupted during that period. So if they have a negate that's strength 5 or less, they can play that. But you can do other things, like in this case, if they I guess if they had an enhancement that was, if they had like a Struck and Scattered or for instance, I could play Battle Cry. I could then interrupt the battle, draw 3, play Teaching in Parables, and then instead of putting them in special initiative by hitting their evil character, I could just reserve their Struck and Scattered, and then hope they don't have another, 6 strength enhancement. So just some of the things to keep in mind if you're, with Interrupt the Battle, it interrupts all ongoing abilities activated in battle. So something to note. All right, so the idea is, fairly basic Canaanite defense. It's fairly big because I want to make sure that I have evil characters to give. And then it's a little wonky with the enhancements just because, I want to have a little bit of an option for 5 kings on defense as well if it comes up. And so the general idea is going to be attacking with a band that ends in 5 kings. But what's even better, and what kind of makes 5 kings a little bit better as an evil character, generally speaking, is that it's best if he's reactive, I guess. So if I attack with, a big band that ends in 5 kings, give the Canaanite restrict enhancements, then something like a protected character or a chump block is more likely to be effective because I'm not going to necessarily be able to play enhancements to get around it. So what's better about him being as an evil character is that your opponent already comes into battle with other heroes. If you can end a band with 5 kings and then be bigger than your opponent, then you're likely going to be better, but you have the chance to respond there and kind of make sure that you have the upper hand in the battle once their heroes are already decided, basically. Hopefully that made sense there. So if opponent came in, I could do Arba band to I guess maybe not Arba, but the biggest band I can get on defense here, and I could think about other ways to do this, I suppose, but something like if I go to reserve for Jabin to Lot's Wife to 5 kings, in a good amount of cases that's going to be enough, but also just 5 kings with the 6 strength enhancements is going to be decent. But basically being able to respond is better. So how do we utilize that on offense? Well, with add to battle cards is the way that is going to make this offense even stronger, this kind of way of attacking even stronger. So there are actually a decent number of options to be able to do that. For one, the Long Day adds a Joshua hero to battle, so you can use a dominant to add 5 kings to battle, which seems pretty good. And you can also grab an OT enhancement back, something like By My Spirit or Feast of Unleavened Bread if you need to. We also have Deceitful Possessions. You can discard it to add a Canaanite to battle. I did think about having or trying to squeeze Rahab into here just to have another option for adding a hero Canaanite to battle. But between Holy Grail and Naaman's Servant Girl, I'm probably going to have 5 kings, and that's probably who I'm always going to want to add. And if I need to, I could add Sisera or something. I could convert and add Sisera or Zabul for draw 2. These aren't bad options, and then also just having it as an option for defense. I didn't really think I needed Rahab. If I was doing like full Joshua, probably would have included Rahab in here, and then I would have wanted to include the white version and play Promised Land and Lost Child Found and all that, which is definitely a version of the deck, but it's just enough of a different version that I didn't want to go all the way down that road. I do like Lost Child Found as an option to bounce Canaanites that you've given to your opponent to reset them, get them back, be able to reuse them, that kind of stuff. But ended up cutting that side of it and just kind of focusing on what I wanted to do with 5 kings. 20 shekels, great for this. Well, great for any deck, but great for this, just so that you can see what options your opponent has, see if 5 kings is safe to attack with, straight away, and also helps reset Canaanites that you've given. So if the goal is to get to 5 kings, I guess that means you have to have plenty of ways to. Well, all right, hold on. I want to keep talking about the adding to battle after the fact. We have a couple other options here. So there's Long Day, there's Deceitful Possessions. The other one is Deborah's Directive. So if I attack with Deborah, I can get CBN Deborah's Directive with the Interrupt the Battle and Band. Kind of nice. Jail the Shrewd is also kind of nice because you can choose the blocker. So if I give them Sisera, I can choose Sisera to block and then play Deborah's Directive. Basically just guaranteed initiative and make sure that I can select the right evil character that they're not going to have the right enhancements for, or they're not going to be able to do a chump block for, or something like that. So that's one of the easier ways, or well, okay, that's maybe the most difficult way because you do have to get initiative for it, but it is a fast enhancement, as I think Jake calls it, because it has that Interrupt the Battle. It can be played in special initiative, and you can abandon characters that get to Captain of the Host and negate whatever, put you in special initiative. And then the other one is Stone Carriers. So if you go in either with you could go in with a band that ends in Stone Carriers, so Joshua Captain Stone Carriers, or Deborah Joshua Captain Stone Carriers, something like that. Then once your opponent blocks, you can determine, okay, what do I do with Stone Carriers? Do I go to deck for, well, I guess it'd just be Joshua or Captain in deck, or do I go to reserve for Caleb, who could then ban to a Joshua Warrior, which 5 kings is. So that's Caleb actually started in the main deck, and then I was doing some test draws, and I was like, oh, I want to have this option always available. So if I get Caleb early, then I don't want to, not have someone that Stone Carriers can exchange to. So because I can go to reserve, then I wanted to have Caleb in here as an option for that. And Stone Carriers, Caleb, then Caleb banning to 5 kings. Obviously, Stone Carriers can't exchange with 5 kings because 5 kings is not going to be a good Joshua hero in your deck. So you have to have them converted. All right. Those are all the ways to add it to battle, add the 5 kings to battle. Now, basically how I'm trying to get this set up quickly is by having plenty of cards that can go and get me some Canaanites. So if I'm, comfortable blocking with 5 kings, if I have, maybe Struck and Scattered or Regrets or some other, way to kind of help guarantee my offenses or my defense is going to work, my block is going to work, maybe Forced Labor, Glory of the Lord, then I could use Adoni Bezek or Crafty Gibeonites to get, or Deceiver to get 5 kings into battle on a block. And the other ways include, Joshua's Covenant, getting exchanging and getting a Joshua card from deck. Covenant with David can play a Site or Good Fortress on the enhancement side, which could be Damascus, but I only have one hero that can actually play the enhancement side. So usually I'm going to be using it as an artifact, which says if you don't control a king, you can take a king from deck. I don't have very many kings in here. It's really just 5 kings and Adoni Bezek, and I guess King of Tyrus also works. So I do have to be careful not to put either of these two down. I'm generally going to be trying not to control Adoni Bezek, so that should be okay. So Covenant with David is great for helping get out my defense, or occasionally if I have Name and Servant Girl, I could get Damascus out, and then of course Damascus itself being a way to get to 5 kings. Crowd's Choice, of course, is a way to get any combo piece if you're trying to run a combo. I guess any good or neutral combo piece, I should say. Of course, Darkness, Lawless, and Prosperity, Shepherds, all helping out with consistency stuff, getting things going. Relatives is pretty sweet. I like running that. And then we did Lost Souls to make sure we got some Soul Gen, and Humble just makes sense. 5 Kings has no modifiers, so making sure that it actually goes through is good. The worst part counter, I guess, to this offense is if they have, I guess something like Herod Agrippa the First, or Temple Thieves, or whatever, like something that negates heroes or negates a good card. So you do have to be mindful of that. That's where the 20 shekels is going to come in. That's where Captain Sword could come in and do some paralyzing to make sure that those evil characters that could negate 5 Kings can't come into battle. So you're going to have to be kind of careful about what you allow your opponent to do. But in general, those characters are maybe 1 per defense, if even. The Edomites are going to have a few options for that now with Terrified Chiefs and Hey Dad and all that. But just something to watch out for. But if they're negating ahead of time, they're preventing your heroes with something like, I guess, Punisher or Confusion of Mind or whatever. Having Humble and Caleb in there to get your 5 Kings working is good. That's also a good reason to do the add to battle, because then if your opponent blocks with Herod Agrippa or something, they could negate your 5 Kings in territory, but then maybe you can do Caleb or get Caleb into battle to make him CBP. All right, so Captain Sword, I mentioned that, taking out pesky evil characters. The really main reason that it's in here is so that I can grab it out with Joshua and then have it available on Captain, or not really Victorious Being, pretty much just on Captain, and then I can use the Paralyze ability to paralyze the Canaanite that I give them. So the way that works, that activates before the band on Captain. So if I attack with Joshua, maybe I've got Joshua's Sword, can get value there, Captain of the Host, and then with Captain's Sword, I do the draw 3 and the negate on Captain, then the hand look and the paralyze with Captain's Sword. I'm going to say Zabul is the Canaanite in my territory that I'm going to be giving. You can paralyze Zabul in your territory, and then when you ban to the 5 Kings to give him to your opponent's territory, he doesn't leave play, so he stays paralyzed, means that your opponent can't block with him. That's especially important if I were to be playing Women of Thebes or giving Women of Thebes. But the main thing is that I don't want my opponent to just be able to get rid of these Canaanites willy-nilly. I don't want them to just be able to block and throw them away. Like, if I'm not letting them play enhancements, then they probably don't have a great block, so they might as well just get the characters out of there. I would rather make them have to use their own defense, or at least keep mine out of the discard pile so that I can bounce it and re-give it, and that kind of stuff, or ban to it later. So, all right, that's pretty much the main gist of the deck. I think I probably went into more detail than even was needed, but I think that the deck came together really well. I did some test draws. Like I initially had Love in here as well. I had Devouring Philistines, but it was too big. I think that was the 57 card version that had all of that. And I was like, you know what? I want to trim this down, make it a little more consistent. The Love Devouring Philistines thing is cute, and Love, it would be another way to get 5 Kings converted fairly easily. But I figured that between Name and Servant Girl, Angel of the Winds, and Holy Grail, I think I could get there often enough on turn 2, maybe 3, that it would be okay without Love in there. I could see if you had a way to get Love from reserve easily enough to maybe put it in there. But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't really feel like it was necessary, and if I was playing Love, then I'm like, well, I have to play Devouring Philistines then, and I just wanted to focus on this one combo. So that is the call that I made, and I think it could be played differently. If you're really all in, then Love probably goes in here still, but I just felt like I didn't necessarily need it. So that was the decision there. I felt like the deck came together fairly well, where like my test draws just felt like they were fairly efficient, and even without focusing on the combo, like the deck I think is still synergistic enough to be fine. Like it's a solid deck. It's got a fairly beefy defense, and so it can hang on. And Joshua is a fairly competent offense in small numbers. Like you don't need a whole lot because you've got the great reserve access with Joshua, and then the card engine with Captain that you can just get to your resources relatively quickly. So, anyways, that is pretty much what I'm going to be playing. I had or it was interesting, or it's always going to be interesting, I think, the Canaanite mirror matches, which is what Mitch and I ended up with because Mitch is playing a Prophets Canaanites deck where the idea is, fairly similar. You take advantage of the giving of the Canaanites to your opponent, and then he was trying to, use the choose the blocker on Elijah to really get the value there. And I think that's also a very cool, fun, like combination of cards, and I think that or combination of themes, I should say, and fairly synergistic there. And so, at some point, I might try to build that deck as well. We were kind of talking about that after the game, and I was thinking about what cards might be nice if you were just trying to kind of attack with Elijah, choose Sisera, play something to get some value, CBN every turn. Like there's ways to withdraw Sisera and then also get some other value that we were talking about. So I think that would be a fun deck as well. So that might come in down the pipeline. But I think Mitch's build is fairly solid. He and Josh Potratz were working on it a bit at the Memorial Tournament there. So yeah, we're going to be seeing the Canaanite mirror match, which, is not something I'd done a whole lot since playtesting. And yeah, it's definitely makes for some, or it kind of forces some creativity, I guess, with the way that you play your defense, just because of all the unique characters that you're giving to your opponent that you also want to use. And also all of the your Canaanite stuff. And yeah, just gets a little bit crazy, especially if you're converting some of your Canaanites and then attacking with them. That can be a way to paralyze an evil character in your opponent's territory effectively. But anyway, so this is going to be a great game. Before we get into it, though, I do have to remind you, there is an amazing, incredible, very good deal going on over at Your Turn Games. So if you want to hop over there, you have about 5 days. I don't know. You have from now until Monday. So whenever you're watching this, you can do the math. But now until Monday night to order at Your Turn Games and get a really good deal on singles, on display boxes, champion decks and playmats, grab bags, all sorts of goodies. So if you are looking for an early Christmas present, a Christmas present that you can get early because it's before Thanksgiving now. And some people, they get their Christmas presents early. I'm more of a go out on Christmas Eve and get what I need sort of a guy. But I don't recommend that, by the way. But you can plan ahead. You can get it out of the way here with Your Turn Games. You just order it. Andy's always great about sending stuff out fairly quickly, so you don't even have to wait super long. You can get that off of your to-do list or something if you're buying Christmas presents, or you can buy stuff for yourself. Get yourself a Christmas gift or two, but do it while the sale is going on. So before Monday night, that would be the time to do it. All right. With all that said, let's get into the game. Roll the 4.
Your pick.
All right. See what we get here. No souls for me.
Yeah, none for me either.
Well then. Yeah, sure. I will let you go first.
Okay. All right. I got, let's see, 2 stars I'll use.
All right.
And that's reserve.
No, I'm glad I didn't go first.
Yeah, and then freaking best star in the game.
Yep.
Or not, Virgin Burst the best, but close.
Yeah, it's a close second. I am going to use the star on regrets to reveal your hand and
Mhm.
underdeck that or underdeck regrets if I so choose.
Mhm.
Oh, all right. You got some dominance there. Oh no, I kind of wish that I had a way to soul gen and then go first. We have characters.
Yeah.
Um.
No.
Yeah, I guess. Might as well. I will underdeck regrets to. Which one of these do I want to get rid of? Kind of think woes, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's my stars. Take us away.
Perfect. All right. Let's go. Denarius.
Yep. I'm gonna ask for Dominish.
Yep.
Let's see, put Claudius down. I think. Hmm. As much as getting you to draw souls might be nice, I think I still want to slow you down a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna play an. Let's do an evil woes here
Okay.
and negate Denarius.
Okay. Does that shuffle Claudius too?
No, or I guess yeah. Because I was waiting until after you put him down, and then
Okay.
so since he
Perfect.
left your hand. Then.
Sounds good. Am I okay to go to battle?
Yes, sir.
All right. Make a battle challenge. Got my top 3. Okay, I like those. So keep those where they're at.
Okay.
And I'll ban to OT Profit. Ban to Watchman. Draw 2. Lucky.
Darn. I see why you kept those, I guess. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll do this. Or good to block.
Yep, good to block.
All right. I will block with Arba, Greatest Anakim.
Okay.
And I will not use the ability.
Okay.
Unfortunately, negating the draw wouldn't put the hopper back. So, otherwise, it'd be tempting just to give them to you, negate the draw too.
Oh, for sure, man.
But anyway, stalemate, your initiative.
All right, I'll lose.
Oh. Yeah. All right. I guess I already missed that opportunity. I guess I didn't realize that he could ban to Emperor Claudius because it was any warrior. I was thinking Canaanite, but that's all right. I missed that. Baited the angel of the Lord out at least.
Yeah. And I'll pass it to you.
All right. Hey, look at that. Found one too.
Nice.
First, I have a star ability. Also would have worked. Let's see. Do your deck or my deck is the question. I suppose probably yours because
makes sense.
Didn't draw any other lost souls. So. See what you got going on here. All right. Well,
That was a deck me and Josh threw together one of the nights we were in the hotel, just having fun.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, I remember he was looking for like some of the profit stuff, and okay, still got the Peter 4D coin in here. Huh? Couldn't get away from that.
I couldn't.
Yeah, with Faith of Samuel and converts, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll play out that lawless.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see if it needs that speed. I don't know. I kind
Yeah.
of felt like it might, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, no, like profits, yeah, they don't have too much. That's like a or big explosiveness, I guess. So yeah, the speed
Mm-hmm.
could be nice. All right. I will let's see, my woes is evil. I guess I'll leave it on Daenerys. And let's let's do this. Put down Damascus as a site.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab the 5 kings from my deck. And I will activate Deceitful Possessions.
Nice.
And I guess that's still doesn't quite work that way, but right. All right. Well, let's do this anyway, I guess. I will go to battle.
Yep. Yep, you're good to go.
Yep. I will attack with Angel of the Winds.
Yep.
Human. Stone Carriers.
Yep.
And I will negate a neutral card, which I guess will just be Lawless.
Okay. All right. All right. Am I good to concede the soul?
Sure. Cool. I will. Nice. I will just pass the turn.
Yep.
Guess that's kind of the downside of stone carriers. That you don't really get any value if they don't block.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll underdeck one, draw one. I'll play my one TC. Top 7. Yeah, Deborah.
Yep.
All right. Am I okay to go to battle?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go with Deborah. She seems pretty good. Um, I will grab Told Before Truth.
Yep.
And I think I'll do the draw two instead of exchanging.
All right. You got Lost Souls in the top 2 now.
Yeah.
Make a
No,
token.
I wish.
All
No.
right. Well, if that's it, I will decline.
And I'll pass to you.
All right. Oh, drew a Lost Soul. Another one. All right. Prosperity
At
and
least if you're the
Lawless.
best.
Yeah, I mean those ones aren't too bad to draw. I guess I will do Lawless first. And oh, there's a darkness. Oh, I guess I'm taking forced labor. Seems kind of fun in the mirror match.
It does.
Of course, now
Oh,
that you
nice.
know about it, it's not quite as good. But
Yeah.
all right, and then prosperity. What to discard? Pretty low on brigades there, so I think I'm gonna discard Baal Worship. Draw 2.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it as much in people's Canaanite lists, but I suppose if people are playing more of the Israel's Inheritance offenses, then they're not going to get as many brigades anyway.
Yeah. Me and Josh were thinking too on that. Like you can play it when they negate your woman too, with the if it's a negatable thing.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah. Yep. All right. So upkeep. I guess I'll leave my woes on Denarius. It seems reasonable. All right. I will put 5 kings down in my territory. I will go ahead and go to battle, if that's cool with you.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Let's do name and servant girl. Capture to you. I will. Right. Yeah. I'm going to convert my 5 kings to gold.
Mm.
And I will add a unique human hero in territory to battle. All right. I kind of forgot that she has that restriction. All right. Well, I guess I'm just going to add the 5 kings. And I will not give because I don't have any options there, but I will draw 1.
Let's see. My okay to block.
Yep. There she is.
Yeah. Yep. And I'll give her to. Let's see. OT black. Okay. I'll grab this one from reserve.
Sure. Yeah, about that. Yep, that's gonna happen. Yep, I was supposed to put down my unique human hero before battle.
Oh, I
Oh
always
well.
forget about those type of things. Between
Yeah,
deck.
yeah, well, yeah. I knew that about her. I just wasn't thinking. All right. Well, let's put down. Let's do Angel of the Winds, and I am down to 8. But do I want to do something else? Let's put Foreign Wives in territory, and I will pass turn.
No stars.
It's a book.
Let's grab Alfred Samuel.
Yep.
And then let's go this route. Let's go Deborah. I'll grab Great
Fish.
Fish. And she'll exchange for Samuel. Look at my top 3. It's not often that I like all 3 both times.
Yeah.
I kind of like this guy, so I'm gonna abandon him.
Yeah, that seems good.
Yeah. Let's. Yeah, let's show. I don't know. I mean, you get to play it again, but like you won't have the negate on your upkeep. Yeah, I'll shuffle the woes.
Sure. Seems reasonable. Okay. Negating characters, huh?
Hmm.
Not super fun.
Yeah, and NT enhancements too. That won't really matter for you, but
Right, right. Um, hmm. Yeah, let's just do it this way. I will block with the Deceiver. View deck. Let's do. Yeah, that guy would be okay. Oh, maybe not. That's funny. Interesting. Work. I think I can't give you a unique character that you already control, right?
Oh, we can check. I think you're right on that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm just. I
If you
don't
want,
know if
if
there's a
you want,
specific spot, but I'm just gonna assume that we
if
can't
you
do
if
that.
you want to go to reserve instead, I'm okay with that.
No, that's all right. I don't think there's a necessarily a better option there.
Okay.
I think I think I'll be okay either. Well, I don't mean not necessarily okay, but I'll I think I'll still get somewhat the desired effect. So anyway,
Okay.
I'm gonna or exchange to Zabul.
Mhm.
And then I will see. So he's negated, and looks like it is my initiative. I guess unless you'd like to play dominant.
Nope. Your initiative.
Okay, I am going to just do it this way. I'm going to discard my deceitful possessions to add your Adoni Bezek to battle.
Okay.
And then, actually, no, maybe that doesn't work either. I think I can't give it to you because I don't have permanent control. Yeah. Okay, give effect can only target a card that's permanently controlled by a player using the give effect, which is why like banding to your opponent's wound with Abez doesn't work. Okay, well, I can't give, but I guess I will still add and then draw 2.
Yep.
And um, then I guess that makes it your initiative.
Okay. I'll try and do 1, 2, 3, 4. Shuffle 2 in your territory and 2 in battle. Or attempt to.
Yep, that will work. So those are yours. Those are mine. And I will give you the prosperity.
Yep. And I'll pass to you.
All right. Let's see if I can make the right attack this turn here. No more souls, no stars. Okay. I can't do that. I'll put down artifact face down. And let's do. I'm going to put down Zibul the Fraud. Then I'll go to battle.
Yep.
We'll attack with Stone Carriers, and I will negate your Book of the Covenant, I guess.
Yep. All right. Am I okay to block?
Yep.
Okay, let's go Arba. And then I will ban to uh, Zabul.
Yep.
Draw 2. And Yeah, I can't do the second part, so I guess you can do your exchange if you want to do that.
All right. We'll go to deck. Let's grab this unique Joshua hero.
Mm-hmm.
And I will draw 3. I will negate your Arba.
Yep.
And I'll
That's
ban
what,
2. What's that?
oh, never mind. I was thinking the older is like rolls like Cascade. I was like,
Oh, yeah, no. You keep the 2. I'll do Joshua the commander. We'll grab Joshua's officiators from reserve. And we'll ban 2 officiators. Equip
yep.
a Joshua's sword to Joshua.
Mhm.
My deck. Joshua's sword will draw 1. I will discard book.
Mhm.
And then Joshua's officiators will ban 2 the 5 kings. And
Ooh,
I will give you Zabul to restrict players from playing enhancements to strength 5 or less. And draw 1.
that seems good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me check my hand.
Just have to hope you don't have a struck and scattered and plot to kill or something like that.
Yeah. Let's see, five or less.
Yep, no 5 or less.
All right.
And
My initiative.
yes, sir.
All right. Let's negate and discard 5 kings.
Well, you can't play 5 or less, so it has to be 6 or more.
Oh, oh, 5 or less. My bad. My bad. Hold on. Yep. Am I able to? Can I proceed to Surrender Soul?
Yes, I accept.
All right. Give me this one.
Sweet. I did the thing. Hooray.
You did. That's cool.
All right. Let's put down an artifact. I think I will. Should have done this before battle, but I'll equip Builder's Sword to 5 kings. I'll put down Jail the Shrewd. Let's put down. Deborah. And let's put down KOT. And one more card, huh? Sure. We'll put down a Deceiver. I will pass a turn.
Draw 3. Go intervening for those.
Seems good.
And then let's
Plus for
Mulcher.
Dominish.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That's fine.
All right. All right. Discard for 3.
Yep. After all this time, still
All
goes
right.
through.
Okay.
Stop putting that guy down.
Yeah. All right. And then. All right. Am I good to go to battle?
I suppose.
All right. Let's go Deborah. Snake in Prison Prophet.
Sure.
I'll exchange Samuel. Send them all to bottom. And let's see. I'll ban to uh, Prison Prophet.
Yep.
Capture Gia. Add Green Prophet. Let's
I
go with.
think the underdeck is actually not optional.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
think
you're right. You're right.
You do have to hit your coin.
Yep.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Let's see. That's my tech.
All right. You want to shuffle my Damascus?
I'll just leave it.
Okay. Let's. Which way do we go here? This way seems more fun. I'm gonna block with Cicera,
Oh.
and I will ask for initiative.
Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be too nice. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, that's fair, I suppose. Okay. Well, in that case, let's see. Yeah, I guess I'll ask for Dominish.
Yep.
Right. Let's do forced labor. I wish I could get a few more on that X, but we're just gonna have to do Jehu and let's do Elijah.
Okay. And Elijah. Let's
Yeah,
see.
they get underdecked.
Oh, under deck clips. You care the order?
No, doesn't really matter. I don't think.
Okay.
Whatever order Lackey decides.
Yeah.
All right, and then we're in
All
stalemate.
right. Okay. I'm gonna play this guy.
Nice.
All right.
I guess I should have underdecked the 2 in battle, huh?
So I'll banish this. And let's go Peter.
Makes sense. Let's see. Oh, so you are not negating characters this time. Okay. Yeah, let's block with the deceiver.
Okay.
And we'll go for the crafty Gibeonites. And I'll take a look at your hand.
Yep.
Got the woes. Okay. That's right. You've got a Cicera of your own. Okay. So deck or reserve. I guess that would have been the safer bet. That's right. But okay, we'll just do reserve. I guess I gotta go this way then. Right, numbers wise, so you can do that, yeah. Not quite what I wanted to do, but we'll do Jabin the Assembler. I will give you King of Tyrus to discard everybody.
Yep. Good blot.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the woes. Otherwise, it would have been a better block. But otherwise, I would have been able to do something different and get a little more value. But that's all right.
I'll pass to you.
All right. Yeah, my own relatives, my own humble. I get a star on teaching in parables. Hit your top card.
Yep. How do I just hit that?
There should be a reveal top button. Yep.
Oh, there we go.
That works. Get that Jonah out of here.
Yeah.
All right, let's do for starters 20 shekels. I will bounce my Zabul. And I will take a look at your hand. All right, look at the defense this time. Still got the woes and all the other fun stuff. And then I will figure out, let's play Teaching in Parables and figure out which of the cards in your hand are the most troubling. But I guess I will negate your Great Fish this turn. And then take a look again here. I think. Yeah, I think we take out the Scattered Sheep.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will put down Zabul. And I will go to battle.
Yep.
Let's do. All right, yeah, let's just attack with Jail. And I'm going to choose Cicero to block. Seems like a good way to do it, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Guessing you have to add a battle dom, but I feel like I gotta play this. If I can. May I play dominant?
Yeah.
Okay, let's convert her to orange.
All right. Yes, I do indeed have the add to battle dom, so we'll go ahead and play the long day. Banish that. Don't have a good OT enhancement and discard pile to take, but I will. Let's do. Let's just go big, I guess. We'll get the crew in here. Let's go Deborah. Sorry, I have to add a Joshua hero. Right. Yes, add a Joshua hero to battle. Okay. Well, in that case, we'll just do Captain. I will draw 3. Shepherds. Send this card to the bottom. Draw 1. And then we'll ban 2 Joshua. Let's get a reserve for Battle Cry. And then let's do Joshua's Officiators. And whatever. Didn't have anything for me to discard of sword anyway. So Officiators will ban 2 5 kings. We'll give you Zabul. And restrict enhancements with strength 5 or less. Draw 1. And then Builder's Sword is going to bounce. I guess I'll just bounce Cicero. And that can't be negated. I guess I could have just done that. Kind of forgot I could bounce a character in battle.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Play it. Let's see. I'll give you.
Grumbled. Okay. And then I will go ahead and play a good crowd's choice. Go to deck for Son of God. And wait a second, hold on. Okay, if I restrict, that might have actually not worked. I think if I restrict enhancements, I'm not sure if I can activate the weapon's ability or not. Because the weapon doesn't have strength 5 or less.
Oh, Yeah, I just don't know how that works for weapons.
Um, you can ask about that, but in the meantime, I guess if you're all right with shortcutting things, I will just play Glory of the Lord instead, and
Yeah.
then you
Yep.
really can't play enhancements.
Yep.
Because you could
Sounds
woes
good.
5 kings, and then
Yeah,
just
that was gonna be my play. I was gonna woes 5 kings and then pick out somebody who's stricken and band to somebody and pray.
yeah, it's something that I thought about before, or like as I was building the deck. I was like, oh, I wonder about weapons, and I just forgot to ask about it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I do want to verify that. But yeah, we'll draw into the glory of the Lord.
Mhm.
So assuming that works, then yeah, I'll just do the crowd's
Yeah.
choice.
Yep. Yep.
Son of
That would
God,
get it. So. Yep. GG.
GG. Uh, yeah, I mean, I was thinking that the 5 kings thing would, like, at the very least, it's kind of cute, I guess, and I was impressed with it,
That's good.
working out fairly well. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
think if it draws out of 3 woes, that's not too bad. Um, yeah, the main thing I was kind of worried about were like chump blocks. Because I guess
Mm-hmm.
like why Deborah is in here for helping with the protection.
I've noticed that too with Joshua. Like, yeah, definitely Builder Sword and Deborah's an add too. I didn't think of her at all.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen some people running Builder's Spear. So that one protects. That's the one that protects lost souls, and that's actually what I had in here.
Oh wait, yeah,
Um,
that's what I was.
yeah,
Okay.
and that I did have that one in here, but then I think the Builder's Sword. Uh, I was thinking that I would be able to use it after 5 kings, so I give you the evil Canaanite, and then Builder's Sword bounces it. But that was like a last minute decision to swap that out last night, as I was actually talking to Tyler about the deck, and he was like, "Yeah, Builder's Sword, could do it." And I was like, and I didn't think about the fact that I might not actually be able to use it because of the restrict.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'm not sure when it's played if it's already equipped. So I
I
don't
don't
know.
know if weapons played every time they enter into battle.
I think so, because like they get tossed if they're already equipped, I believe.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, so they would be played. So I don't know um if he would just get the numbers then, or even the numbers would those even.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing about, or like I know it would get tossed, but if it's a restrict, then like I don't know if it just means like
Has no effect.
yeah, if it doesn't allow me to activate the effect, or if it's just like I can't play it from hand or something like that. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna ask about that, and then I'll let you know.
Cool. Oh, but I like
But
it. I like your list.
yeah, yeah, I was a little worried that you were doing like the Prophet Soul Hide thing, and I was like, oh shoot, I
Oh
definitely don't have
no,
enough Soul Gen in this deck.
I don't know. I've never liked playing Soul Hide. Like it's just NPE. I don't
Sure.
know. I'm not a fan of playing with that. But no, I just kind
Yeah.
of wanted to do like the choose the Canaanite thing.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah. I was
black
kind
black's
of.
so pop black's so popular that I don't know. But it's still kind of cool to set up some things.
Yeah. Yeah. I was kind of. It definitely made it tricky with the mirror match thing. I was like, oh, I can't go to my Adoni B sec because you've already got one. Like,
Yeah.
so it does make the giving a little. I mean, like that's. I think that's actually one of the like best defenses against Woman of Thebes. I think Josh Potratz brought that up at the tournament. Whereas like you just have your own Woman of Thebes in territory, and then they can't give theirs to you.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. I like to choose the sister thing too. Like
yeah,
Elijah did as well.
right, yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know. I was trying to think like what's the most brutal thing you can play off that. I couldn't find much in green.
Oh sure, yeah. I mean, I think probably. I mean, what I would maybe go for is just doing like the withdraw abilities. So like
I like.
like his name, it's the like you reserve an evil card from their hand and you get to withdraw all evil characters. So making that CBN is pretty good value.
Yeah.
David's Proclamation lets you band and then also withdraw. Um,
Oh, that seems solid too. To get value off the hero you brought in. Yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah. That's so what I did in here. So I had jail. And so if I could get a Cicero over to you, then I could choose him to block. And then I had Feast of Unleavened Bread in here because it's a withdraw. And then also it can be played off of 5 kings because it's got 6 strength.
Oh,
So I was like,
nice.
oh, it'd be kind of fun, like,
That's
and
cool.
it's a little bit of reserve access there too.
Yeah, it's so legit, and they can recycle the sister for another choose.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I thought that would be kind of fun. But yeah, now I'm curious about this builder sword thing because if that works, then like that's actually pretty legit. You add 5 kings to battle and you can just bounce the evil character in battle. But yeah,
Yeah, you'll have to let me know when you find out. Are you just gonna post it in the links?
yeah, might as well just do that now.
I think we're right that it's restricted. I just don't know how the numbers factor on that. I'm my inclination would be like it like the numbers don't even do anything if like you're restricted, but I don't know.
Yeah,
But maybe it's different with cost.
maybe I should search for this before I post
Yeah,
a
I'm
new
looking at
question.
restrict right now just to see if there's anything. I don't know. Really, the weapon section doesn't even really clear that up, unless I missed it. It says a special ability on a weapon only activates in battle. Once equipped, the weapons are always treated as equipped cards and follow the characters equipped with them to any location they move to, except when the equipped character is captured or rescued.
Okay, so here I think Marcus answered. Uh, yeah, because okay, so someone asked about playing Glory. Would a weapon or would an equipped weapon still work? He said if the character enters battle after the restrict and toss are active, I guess he was asking about also toss. The weapon remains equipped but doesn't do anything because Glory stops it from being played unless it's on a lone priest and it's tossed. Uh,
Okay.
okay, so yeah, if it's a restrict, then you can't play it. But yeah, I'm then curious about the numbers still. So maybe you'll add that.
Yeah.
Not that it would have made a difference here, but
You would have mattered in that one, but yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. All three of the offenses are pretty fun to play with on the new set. Hmm. I've had a lot of fun with the defenses too. The only one I haven't played yet is the gray, but
yeah, yeah, I haven't done Gray much yet either, and I haven't done a whole lot with Mighty Men. So
yeah.
I think Mighty Men is one of the ones that I want to touch on or like dabble in, I guess, with this Lackey Grand Prix at some point
I
here.
I like the 3 band. Like
Yeah,
that's pretty solid when you get the weapons equipped.
yeah, yeah. I guess I mean I shouldn't say that I haven't dabbled with them much at all. Like I did do or play like the Joshua Warriors version that Tyler built.
Oh
But
yeah.
so it had Abishai, it had Azahel, but yeah,
Mhm.
it's not really. It's hard to call it Mighty Men. Really, it was more just like a Warriors, Jehu, Jehoshaphat, David, that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
not the
The
new
list I
stuff.
was running, like when, like right after release was like on the Zoom and Rob's Zoom tournament.
Oh
I
sure,
don't know. I split like between Joshua, uh, Moabites or no Edomites, and then Mighty Men and Canaanites, and
oh
I
sure,
don't know. It was kind of cool to choose with a snatch spear with Benaniah choosing a Canaanite. That's
sure.
pretty solid.
Yeah, as long as you don't choose Sisera and then they have a
Yeah,
black enhancement or something.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I'm liking the way the new set's playing. It's definitely got some fun stuff and It'll have to adapt a little bit as people get used to it to catch up with GOC if possible. But
Yeah, I know, right?
But
We'll see
yeah,
though. At least it's fun.
yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I will go ahead and pop the score in there, I suppose, and then we'll
Sweet.
see you in maybe in Top Cut. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
We won't play
All right,
again
yeah.
before then, but maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully, man.
All right.
All right. Well, good talking to you, Jaden.
Yep. Likewise. We'll catch you later.
Yeah, later, man.